this is a great first step of your journey, whether you're starting to consider traveling abroad, if you're already searched. These experiences, international experiences, they're such a critical component these days for high school students as they build global competencies, self-reliance, leadership, and learn how to solve interesting problems. It's such an important piece of developing into a full-fledged adult and moving beyond hometown and off to college and into careers. And there's so many programs out there. It's so overwhelming to decide. How do you evaluate program quality? How do you choose between a more tourist-oriented program versus a more immersive program? And what are the key factors to keep in mind as you start to look at those options out there? But anyways, if you're watching this right now, you're on the right track and you're about to embark on an incredible journey, and so excited to have you here. And I think the big question that people are asking, like, what is this all about? Is this something that's for me? Is it something that's for my son or daughter? And I think it's all about choosing the right program. If you're a student who's considering taking a summer abroad program, there's a lot of different questions that you're going to be asking that might be quite a bit different from your parents. If you're a parent, you're going to definitely have different questions as well. You're going to want to know a little bit more about the longevity of programs, the approach to safety and risk management. And if you are interested in learning a little bit more about our approach, we're going to be covering that towards the end. A couple other things that we've heard from parents that, parents and students that I love. A student from Nepal a couple of years ago. Unlike most programs, Global Roots includes a homestay portion of the trip. Learning how to form meaningful relationships with people who do not speak the same language as you is such an amazing experience, and one that has already helped me in my day-to-day life. It was truly the best investment and a life-changing experience. This is the type of thing that if you speak to other parents, you speak to students, you should be, these are the types of things that you should be hearing. This type of experience should be absolutely transformative. If that's what you're looking for, some people are looking for more of a, like a teen tour tourist experience. In that case, that's not something that's not a result that you should expect. If you're looking for a little bit more of like a broad experience rather than a depth experience. And that's kind of like the big piece here is, are you looking to be more of a tourist, a traveler, or go even deeper? That's a big question that you need to be thinking about. And the students should be thinking about is, what are they hoping to get out of this? Great question. Age-wise, in general, more high school juniors and seniors who seem more ready. Such a good question. I was meeting with a family last week, and there was a student on the program that was definitely one of the younger students we had ever had in that program, and I was asking the student about that, and she said that didn't realize that student was a freshman until after they had gotten home from the program. So I think that we find with younger students is that they really rise to the occasion. I think our leaders do such a good job of really focusing on the here and now. We're here having this experience. We don't need to think that much about, who our friends are at home, what grade we're in, what science class we're taking. So I really don't think that it matters that much. We often have programs that have students from 9th through 12th grade on the program, and I've never, from the 7 trips I've led and all the leaders that I speak to, I've never heard that come across as an issue. I think it's, for a younger student, it's an incredible opportunity for a student to be able to grow in leaps and bounds in terms of maturity by being part of a program that's got a really wide cross-section. Okay, another great question. I hope that answered your question. I hope that was helpful. What type of responsibility are students given on programs like this? Interested in gaining more confidence and leadership skills? Great question. Again, I think this runs the gamut on different programs. Some programs are going to be kind of more like chaperone school-like, in which the leaders and the staff are going to be responsible for every single little decision. Our approach, we really put students in a position to take huge ownership over the programs. One of the requirements that we have for leaders is that they create, or even have the students create, like leadership wheels. So we've got students that rotate in as the leaders of the day. If there's a program that has a lot of cooking, who are the chefs and the sous chefs, who's the documentary crew or the journal crew, who's the safety ninja, who's to be the student that makes sure everyone's got their water bottle full, that they're wearing sunscreen, bug spray, like all those things. So tons of opportunities to do that. I think the other thing, we could talk more about this a little bit later, but it's through secondary service projects. So something that we do that's really unique is students participate in secondary service projects. Service projects are their own design. So if you're really interested in dance, you may start a little dance camp for the kids in your community, or if you're really interested in art, you may paint murals. I spoke to someone today who's going to a place that does not have basketball hoops, but loves playing basketball. And so we started talking about ideas of how, he could bring a couple balls and teach dribbling camps. Maybe they can build a pretty simple basketball hoop or something like that. So, a lot of students don't have confidence in leadership skills because, we live in an environment where, parents tend to be very hands-on. We've all heard terms like helicopter parents and snowplow parents and things like that. These are just parents that are being really caring. But sometimes students don't feel like they have that many opportunities to really exercise their leadership muscle and build that self-confidence. So I hope that was a helpful answer. As you're starting to go through this process, to be really confident, super important. The choice that you make, the program that you ultimately decide on, you're going to have an awesome experience. You're going to come away so thrilled that you're able to go out there. But it is, it's worth spending some time to find the right program. What we look for in students, we look for students that we do interview every single student, which is quite rare in the field this day. We think it's really important that a student demonstrates that they want to be there. We want students to have a positive attitude, that they want to be patient and flexible, and when things come up that are challenging for them, even if they struggle in the moment, which is totally normal, and that they want to be part of a really meaningful group experience. That's the biggest thing that we're looking for from our students.